YouTube?
Yeah.
Twitch is good?
Okay.
Okay. And YouTube? It's showing that it's working, but just check. Good? Alright. You want to just let Jessica know as well?
So once you get trained, then you can do from home.
Yeah, you can basically do it from anywhere in the world. As long as you have Wi-Fi, you're good to go.
From this platform.
Yeah. All right, so let's get started. All right. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another live. Let's get started. You guys know what it is. I'm here live every single day, 7 days a week, doing live trades, showing you guys exactly how I make around $1,000 to $5,000 a day. Now, what's going on? What up, FX Bull Trader? What up, Sean? What up, Indra? What up, Grizzy? What up, Riff? What up, Tina? Devinder? How you guys doing? What up, HSM? All right, so let's get started. So basically what we're going to do right here, right now, is we're going to go, let's call it trading 101. Okay, so we're going to start right from the beginning. What is trading? How does it work? How do we even make money? What's everything? All right, so let's get started right away. So we're also going to be going over this document right here. If you guys want this document, all you have to do is you go to our website, justsimpletrading.org, and then click the parameters button. Okay, when you click the parameters button, it's going to download this PDF, and then you can go through it with us. All right, so what up, Twitch? What's going on, YouTube? And what up, TikTok? How you guys doing? Let's get started. Let's make some money, because that's basically what we're here for. There is no other purpose. Okay, so excuse me. All right. Now, what is trading? Okay, so that's the first thing that we're gonna go over. Yep. You're not connected to Wi-Fi? It's in the list. So if you just go to the list, you'll find it. So, what is trading? So trading is basically we're entering contracts in the market, and if so, we have two different options of contracts. All right, so let me go over that with you guys. Let me just fix the screen here before we get started. What up, Rana? What up, Dory? What up, Umit? How you guys doing? Let's get started. Let's see here. All right, perfect. So, here, let me just see what's going on. Yeah, you're connected. So you're just typing it wrong. All right, so, all right, let's see what's going on. Karen Veer, Adriana, Joshua, Lee, Imrani, them, DJ. What's going on, everybody? What up? All right, so basically, what is trading? Okay, so everybody wants to make money trading. You guys see everywhere on social media, there's people in private jets and Lambos, and you're like, I want that lifestyle. You know, there's so many people making money trading. This guy paid his mortgage. This guy got a brand new Mercedes. You're like, I want that. But let me show you how trading actually works, okay? So the difference between investing and trading is that in investing, you can only make money when the markets go up, right? That makes sense. Like, what is an investment? You buy a house. If the house comes down in value, do you make money? No, you don't. How do you make money if it goes up in value? You buy gold, you buy Bitcoin. It doesn't matter. You buy it. The only way to make money is if it goes up, right? Right? That makes sense? No?
And if you go down, you also make money in forex.
In trading. Yeah, I'm talking about investing. Investing, you only make money when the markets go up. Now, here's the thing. Why don't I invest? Because I want to also be able to make money when the markets come down. That's what trading is, okay? So trading, we have these two options here. It's called either the buy trade or the sell trade, okay? So a buy trade or the sell trade. I don't know why I keep doing this. All right. So right here, let me show you guys right here. This is the buy trade or the sell trade option, okay? These are two different trades that we can take. These are two different contracts we can enter in the market. So if I click the buy trade, and remember, we can trade any market we want. So it could be currencies, like Forex is currencies, foreign exchange. So different currencies, British pound, euro, whatever, it doesn't matter. We can trade stocks, Tesla, Amazon, whatever. We can trade commodities. What are commodities? Gold, oil, cotton, aluminum. Those are commodities. We can trade indices. What are indices? Like NASDAQ, S&P 500, Dow Jones. Those are indices. And then obviously we can also trade crypto, Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, whatever it is. Now, a lot of people, before I start, a lot of people come and they're like, oh, I don't really like crypto. Let me tell you something. I don't really care what you guys like or don't like. Actually, you should also not care whether you like something or you don't like something. Let me tell you why. Because we're just trading based on the price of it. Whether it goes up or down, I actually don't care. I trade gold, NASDAQ, and Bitcoin. Do I care about them? No, I don't care at all about it. I go to sleep. I don't think, oh, NASDAQ is I don't care. The thing is, as long as I can go in, I can make money. That's what matters. People are very involved. Actually, I have a lot of my friends who are like, oh, I want to start a business. And I'm like, okay, we'll start a business, and they're like, yeah, but I want to do something I like. And I'm like, you're not meant for business. If you are just focused on what you like, you're not meant for business. Because the only thing we should be actually focused on is making money. Who cares if you're selling TVs or laptops or trading? Who cares? It should be about making money, right? It's not about liking. That's for kids. Kids like things. We're grown adults. You have bills. Do you think that your bill is just, oh, you don't like paying the bill this month? It's okay. That's not how life works, okay? We need to be serious because guess what? We all have families we got to take care of, okay? It doesn't matter whether you like something or not. So exactly, the main point I'm trying to say here is, I trade Bitcoin. I don't care if it goes to 1 million or 0, okay? I don't care if someone thinks it's a scam or it's not a scam. If someone thinks it's real or it's not real. None of those things matter. Does that make sense? Okay, so now that we've established that, basically, we can trade any market. So we can trade currencies, Forex, stocks, commodities, indices, crypto. It doesn't matter, but guess what? We actually have these two options. If I click buy on any market and the price goes up from where I entered, we make profit. That sounds like everyone gets that. I press buy, it goes up, sure, I make money. But guess what? We have a second option. We have a sell trade option. You might have heard like, oh, this hedge fund is shorting the market. Or you might have watched the movie, The Big Short, where it's like that guy made billions of dollars shorting the housing market. So basically, if I click sell on any market and the price comes down, we can make money, okay? So that's the nice thing about trading rather than investing, okay? And then the third thing here is called the lot size. So you see where it says 100? This is your contract size. The bigger the contract size, the bigger your trade value will be. The smaller the contract size, the smaller your trade value will be. Now, a lot of people think, oh, but, because they see my account right here has about 594,000. They're like, wow, you've invested 590. No, I haven't invested anything. This is just a cushion that I have in my account that I use to be able to do trades, okay? So, Gino, if you guys, how many of you guys are from TikTok here? You're from TikTok. You guys just walked in. All right, nice. So basically, a lot of people on TikTok, they say like, hey, you know what? like you invested almost 600,000. Like that's why you're making money. Actually, all of my trades, if you actually look at them, they're all $1,000 trades. They're all $1,000 to maybe $2,000 trades. Now you're thinking, wait, AKA online, they call me AKA. Okay, so but here I'm Mohammed. So basically, they're like, yo, AKA, you're only doing $1,000 trades on a $600,000 account. Do you know why I'm doing that? Because guess what? It's really about being consistent over time and making an income. Okay, everybody, you, all of us think when we're starting trading, okay, well, I'm gonna put $200 in, and you know, if I don't make $1,000 by the end of this week, I'm quitting. Okay, but that's not what the reality is. The way trading works, let me tell you something. How much are the banks giving you right now? Do you know? It's about 3% a year. Okay, that's how much the banks are giving you in your savings account. Now, why are they giving you 3% a year? Because they're trading with your money. And how much are they making? You think they're 10xing their accounts? No, they're not 10xing their accounts. But you and me want to 10x our accounts. They're making around 8-10% a year. They're giving you 3, and they're keeping like 7. Okay? Yeah, you have a question?
I have right now money with 3 banks. They're doing the S&P 500.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they're just paying like around 3 something.
3%, right? Yeah, around 3%.
Because I told them I don't want interest.
Yeah,
They're like, okay, we're going to put you on S&P 500.
Yeah.
We will take all the rest for you, like, minimum.
Your mic died.
Oh, mic died? No, it's saying connect. Okay, I'll just use that one. Hello, hello. All right. What up, Rashid? What up, 28 days? What up, Luke? Yeah, we're actually just starting. We're just getting into it. All right, so good timing. Let's get started. Yeah. So, yeah.
That's what I said.
Yeah, exactly. They're giving you like 3%. Yeah, exactly. So basically what we have to realize is that if you have a profitable trading system or strategy, you should be able to make income on a regular basis, okay? It's not about take my 1,000 to 5,000, go to vacation on Bali, party for like a week, and then come back and then start all over again. That's not what this is about. It's about if you can just make an extra $50 a day, an extra $100 a day, that's what you really need. Okay, I'm gonna tell you what you need because nobody actually knows what they need. You don't need 1,000 to 5,000. That's not gonna change anything. You guys hear the stories of all those people who won the lottery. What happens? Within like a year, gone. You know why? Because they weren't able to manage it. You know, that's the reality. If you just randomly, if you go from 1,000 to 50,000, I can guarantee you're gonna blow that 50,000. 100% you will blow that 50,000. But guess what? If you start to make another $100 a day, you know what's going to happen? Because you're going to treat it as income. You're going to be like, okay, now I need to manage my expenses. Okay, I made another $100 a day. You know, maybe I can afford to like do this or that. You see the difference between just the flip versus income? Huge difference. All right. So this is what I'm here trying to show you guys is that how do we make extra income? Because I sit here every single day, 7 days a week, and I make around $1,000 to $5,000 a day. All right, so let me show you how. But it's very important for you guys to understand all these things before we begin. Okay, so guys, we're actually having this big downtrend on what's it called, Nasdaq right here. So that's actually, and the super trend is still green. So I'm gonna do a trade. I'm gonna walk you guys through it. And then you know, I'll explain further as well. There we go. We're getting that reversal. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a buy trade right here. Okay. So I just entered a buy trade on NASDAQ. And now I'm going to set, you guys are seeing how I do this on a regular basis, right? So now I'm going to set my stop loss and take profit right away. So now I click buy, which means if the price goes up, we're going to make money. If the price goes down, we're going to lose money. But remember, the risk on this trade is less than 1%. This is only a $1,000 trade on a almost $600,000 account. Okay. Now, all right. So there we go. So we actually hit stop loss on that and we exited that trade. Okay. So let me explain something to you guys. Do you know what the size of this trade was? If you had a $1,000 account, this is like you risked $1.50. That's what it was. $1.50. $1.50. Now, if on a $1,000 account, let's say you had a $1,000 account and you risked $1.50, and let's say you lost that trade, would you be sad? Would you be worried? Would you be nervous? Would you be sweating? No. Why? The risk is so small. It's so.
What is this stop loss? That's what is the stop loss?
Yeah. So basically, we have two limits that we set. All right. So once we enter a trade, right away we set two limits. One is called the take profit. What that means is if the market goes up or down, depending on what trade you're in, and it triggers your take profit, it will close the trade. And then you'll make whatever that profit amount was. Now, the second thing that you'll do is a stop loss. What is a stop loss? A stop loss is you can minimize your risk by setting the level. Okay, it's very easy to set these levels. I'm going to show you guys. We're going to do a few trades here. Now, one thing, so you guys just saw me lose a trade, okay? Now, a lot of people come here when they're first starting and they're like, wait, you just lost $1,000. Do you even know what you're doing? Let me tell you guys something, okay? This is something that it's very hard to understand, but there is no such thing as a 100% win rate, okay? If anyone comes to you and they say, I have a 100% win rate, even if they say I have a 90% win rate, even if they say they have an 80% win rate, it's not real. It's like a unicorn. It doesn't exist. Do you know why? Because if someone had an 80 or 90% accuracy, they would go very quickly into the trillions of dollars. That's the reality. This is real. If you do the math, very quickly, you can start with like even $10. And if you have a 90% win rate, you'll go into the trillions of dollars so fast. How many people have done that? 0. What does that mean? It doesn't exist. Okay. So let me show you guys before we go on right here. Let me show you guys right here. This is my entire track record or trading history, okay? Because, you know, everyone's here. They're like, wait, do you even make money? Blah, blah, blah. All right, so let me show you, okay? So,
Excuse me, it's my
sure.
first day.
Yeah.
Can you just help me in here to set up? I already set up the account.
Yeah.
So what I have to do, save to the file?
You could just, they email it to you. You can take a picture anyway.
I think you spend like 5 minutes or so and let us through this.
Yeah, I'm going to go through it. Yeah, yeah.
I'm not following, honestly.
Yeah, no, bro. Actually, initially, it's just about understanding what it is. Then we're going to go through the step by step. Okay, I'm going to show you guys. Okay,
the
so.
next step I should go to login?
Yeah, just click login, yeah. So, right here is my trading history. Okay, what is a trading history? It's the history of all of my trades. So you guys can see. And by the way, all of these are done publicly. Okay, so I do them all here. I show you guys all my trades, when I'm clicking buy, what I'm doing, all of that. Okay, so you guys can see these are all of my trades. You can see there's winning trades and losing trades. The negative ones are the losing trades. The positive ones are the profitable trades. All right. So right here, let's go down all the way. Okay. And you guys can see, by the way, this is on a regulated and licensed platform on a live account. So you can see we started this account last year, January 3rd, with 200,000. Okay. So last year we started this account with 200,000. And so far, in about a year and a half, we've made a profit of 460,000, which is around like 700,000 Canadian in the past year and a half. Okay, and I show you guys exactly how I do this every single day. Okay, so let's quickly make our way through the sheet. Okay, so just very quickly, we'll go through the sheet. And we'll go through it right here. All right, so. The first thing, and for anybody who wants to see, guys, go to our website, justsimpletrading.org, and then right at the top, if you click parameters, it's going to download this file for you guys, okay? So let's actually go through this very quickly. By the way, if you guys are in the Toronto area, take a screenshot. There's my office address. Come visit me in person. I'm here 7 days a week from 12 to 5. All right, now, if there is anybody that you ever find who's selling you a course or selling you a bot or selling you a trading system or selling you a signal or just selling you anything when it comes to trading, it's a scam. Okay, it's a scam. So it's very important to understand, don't get scammed. Okay, there's a lot of scams in this industry. The main thing that we're trying to show you guys here is how you can be safe. Okay, so always be safe. If there's anyone that promises you returns, you'll guaranteed make $300 a day. You'll guaranteed take your 1,000 to 5,000. It's obviously a scam. That's not real. Okay. And if there's any, so if anyone can't show you their live trades, and if they can't show you a track record, it's a scam, because they're hiding things. Okay. And then the last thing is, if there's a limited time offer, or it's like, if you don't do this today, you are going to never have access to this ever. That's a scam too, because they're just trying to lure you into their little scheme. Okay. So remember, it's always, always important. I know, like, we all need money, but then it sounds like, wow, if I just send this guy 5K, he'll send me 20,000. But let's just be reasonable. That doesn't sound real, right? Because it's not. Okay. Now, remember, over here, we actually don't sell anything. Oh, and going back, if they're selling you something, just know 100% guaranteed they're not making money in the markets. Why would they need to sell you something? If they're making money in the markets, why do they need to sell you something? All right. So, we don't sell anything. All of our trades are done live. You get free access to our system. Now, let's just go to the next page. Okay, next page right here. So you can see what is the amount of risk we would do according to our account size. Wow, huge move down on NASDAQ. So you can see right here, remember how I said we have the buy trade or the sell trade and then the lot size? Okay, just follow along because we'll do that later. We can get you set up. So it's more important to understand this stuff and then we'll do it later. So right here is the lot size, okay? Remember, the lot size changes our contract size, how big or small our trade is. Now, look on this sheet right here. You can see if we just start with $1,000 account, what is the maximum lot size we would use? So the maximum contract size we would use is 0.1, right? So over here, if I only have $1,000 account, I would maximum do 0.1. Why is that? Because when I set my targets, stop loss, take profit, the max I want to lose, the max I want to make on that trade, it would only be $10. So on $1,000 account, the maximum we would want to risk is $10. And it's actually very simple to put your lot size. You just double click the number and you put 10 or 1 or whatever it is that you want to do. All right. So that's how we set our lot size. And then to set stop loss and take profit, when we do the next trade, I'll show you guys how we actually set stop loss and take profit. Now, okay, so basically this is what it says. Start with 0.01 lot size to practice. What would that mean? Our trade would be worth $1. 0.01. So even less than that. So whenever, it doesn't matter what we start with, okay? I always say we should start with as much as possible in the account and then risk as little as possible. Okay, most people do the opposite. But let me say it again. We should start with as much as possible in the account and then risk as little as possible.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
It's 1,000 naira the benchmark. I mean $1,000 the benchmark.
Like, okay, so there's no minimum or maximum. So you can start with whatever amount. You can even start with $10 technically. But then remember, trading is a percentage-based business. So however much you start with, the returns are going to
But
be.
in the beginning, you can start with 1,000.
You can start with 1,000. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So even if we start with 1,000, right, or whatever the amount is, we should start with 0.01 lot size, because I can actually have $1 million or $1 billion in my account, but still just do 0.01 lot size. I'm still only going to be risking $1. So so it doesn't matter what we start with. We should still start with small risk to learn, because we should be willing to either make or lose $1 to learn a new skill. Yeah.
Your risk is $100.
That's the maximum. You can obviously do smaller.
From $1 to $100.
Yeah, exactly. So that's the max I would do. I would max risk 1%, but even that is a lot. We would try to risk as little as possible.
Basically, the target that we put like 0.1 or 1.0.
Yeah.
That's your loss, but if you gain, that's how much you gain also. So 1-to-1 ratio.
Exactly. So we always do 1-to-1 ratio. What does that mean? So whatever we're trying to make on the trade is the same thing we would risk on the trade. Okay. Now, why do we do that? Now, I'll show you right here. Let me open up this. Okay, let's go. Okay, there we go. So this is basically, this is my full HD drawing. So basically, let's say we enter a trade here. We set our take profit at 100 points always above, and then we set our stop loss always at 100 points. Why do we do that? Why do we give the trade so much room? It's because, the market doesn't just go straight up or down. It goes in waves, right? So let's say I enter a trade. If I set my stop loss way too tight, what's going to happen is the market's just going to move a little bit and it's going to kick me out of the trade. So I want to give the trade enough room to be able to breathe so it doesn't kick me out too early. Okay, and then on the take profit side, we always set it at 100 points because we found statistically the market moves hundreds of points a day. So we want to be able to catch that 100 points. Okay, but I'll go through this in a bit. Let's actually go and try to understand how trading really works. So now we understand we can do a buy trade or a sell trade on any market. That everyone's on the same page. We can make money whether the market goes up or down on any market, right? Now, the next thing is the lot size. How big or small our trade is. Now, we went over this chart, so it shows, we would want to risk less than 1%. Everyone's on the same page. We're good so far? All right, perfect. So let's move on. Now, the next thing that I want to go over is how do we actually take the trades and how our system works. Okay, so let's start going into that. All right. Now, for anyone who's just joining, welcome to the live. I'm here every single day doing live trades, showing you guys exactly how I make $1,000 to $5,000 a day. If you want to get started, which you should, right here is the setup, how to start. Okay, so just take a screenshot and then get started. I'm going to be live here every single day. Every single day, we make at least 1 to 5K. A few days ago, we actually made $8,000 live. All of our trades, again, you can follow along, you can learn. Okay, so, and the one last thing I'll tell you guys is if you go to Just Simple Trading and then you click Learn at the top, it's going to open up our school community. Okay, so pay attention to this part because it's very important. When you join our school community, okay, all you have to do is click Learn. Okay, Learn at the top. And then once you join it, click Classroom at the top. Okay, and then it says step-by-step video tutorials. So this is something everybody should go and watch. Okay, I would say this is like a $10,000 to $50,000 course that is free. Okay, you don't have to pay. So you just click there, and everything is there, step by step. How to set up the account, how to set up your chart, how to use the super trend indicator, how to access the range bars. Everything is there. Okay, and it's very, very short videos. Like, look at how short this video is, 45 seconds. Okay, so you guys should all go and watch these videos. I know everybody's working like 14 jobs, so this is why we made them short. Okay, I know nobody has time, so there you go. So make sure you guys go home and do that. So today I'm going to go over the overview of everything, but then it really is like one thing I actually say to everybody is if you can't figure a very basic thing out, you just don't want it bad enough. Because what most people do, look, I come here, I teach for free, I show you guys exactly step by step. But if, because some people come here and they're like, okay, they have their laptop closed and they're like, all right, what do I do? And I'm like, step 1, open your laptop, and then they're like, all right, now what do I do? Okay. So if you really, really want it, like if you want to make an extra $100 a day, $500 a day, $1,000 a day, like you're going to need to put in some effort. Like you're going to need to go out of your way to learn, or else you just don't want it bad enough. I'm not going to sit there, take your hand like, here, click buy. I can't do that. That like I cannot do that. So this is something but I'm going to give you my entire strategy. I'll tell you exactly what I do. I'll show it to you. And then it's really up to you to go and actually do it. Okay. Because no one's going to go do your job for you. Right. So, all right. So, let's see. Now, you guys might have seen, if you guys have ever looked into trading, right? You guys might have seen people do analysis on this chart. They draw lines, support, resistance. You guys might have heard that. Drawing trend lines, all of this. Guys, all of that is fake. It's not real. Technical analysis does not work. Okay, I'm going to say it again. Technical analysis does not work. But you're going to say, hold on, wait a minute. Mohammed, this is crazy. Because all over the internet, every single video is about technical analysis. Every single video is about how to draw the lines on the chart and fair value gap and all. Guys, it's not real. I know, it's crazy because I'm like breaking everything that you've ever thought about trading. And the reason it's not real is because I've actually tested thousands and thousands of strategies, trying all of that, and none of those things actually work. We tested over 50 years of data. This is the reason that I can come here live, do all my trades live. It's because we've tested thousands of strategies, and this is the only thing that works. Now, how do we actually do it? So if you guys have your Avado account set up on the WebTrader, click indicators at the top. Okay, click indicators. Now, go down and click this yellow button, indicator store. Click indicator store. Now, you're going to search by name right up here. It says search by name, and you're going to type in super and click enter. Okay? Now, you're going to click super trend and then click install. It says install free. By the way, the video guide for this is like 1 minute. It's on the school, you know, in like that school classroom. So you can just go rewatch that. It'll show you all the steps. It's very simple. Now, once you click it, it's very important to understand how we use it. So when the super trend is red, and then you can just add the super trend indicator, click indicators, go under trend, click super trend. Okay. Robert, it's all good. Yo, Sugar Free Boy, what's going on, man? Tina Burns, what up, what up? Janae is saying, I use super trend on Forex and it works. Of course it works. We've actually tested this over many, many years of data. All right. How do those gray, sometimes they're closer. Sugar Free Boy, that's the spread. It just moves. That's just what it is. So now you go to indicators, find the super trend under trend, and then just click apply. We don't change any settings. Click apply, and now you'll have, do you guys see how there's this line on the chart? It's green and then it's red. Do you see that? Do you see this green line? And then it goes red. Now, when the line is red, we're only looking for sell trades. What does the super trend show us? The super trend shows us which way the overall trend of the market is. Because remember, the market only goes two ways. It goes up or down, right? So the super trend actually shows us which way the overall trend is going. Okay, now let's say it's going down. The only trade that we want to take is the sell trade.
What time of chart you use?
1 minute. So we're always on the 1 minute time frame, but it's not because I'm analyzing the candles. It's because we're using the super trend on the 1 minute. But good question. So we're always on the 1 minute time frame. So now, if the super trend is red, we're only taking sell trades. So I'm only looking to sell when the super trend is red. And when the super trend is green, I'm only looking for buy trades. Okay, so I'm only going to be doing buy if the super trend is red. I'm only going to be doing sell if the super trend is red. Does that make sense? Yeah. So far, so good? Okay. Now, let's go back right here to our range bar system. So when you get access to the range bar system, that's just on our website. You just log in. You know, you register on two websites. One was Avado. That's the trading platform we're trading on. That's where you have the super trend. And then the second one was our website, Just Simple Trading. Okay, that's where you get the range bars. Those are the only two things. And then if you want to learn, watch the videos, you just click learn and go to our school. Okay, that's where you learn. Now, what we're doing here is so the range bars, what they do is they show us exactly which way the current trend is going. Okay, so if you look right here, it actually looks like they're so easy to read. Oh, we're going straight up. We were going up. Now we're going down. Now we're going up. You see, it's so much easier to read the range bars rather than trying to read these candles. And why is that? It's because these candles are based on time. So nobody can actually analyze this. Whereas the range bars are based on point movement only. So the only time the range bars are actually generated is when the market actually moves. Okay. Now, we can take some time to understand that, but what does this mean? It means when the range bars go from green to red, we're looking for a sell trade. When the range bars go from red to green, we're looking for a buy trade. So we want to buy right here, and we want to sell right around here. Does that make sense? Yeah. So, I mean, it's very easy. It's very visual. When it goes from green to red, when it goes from, okay, it's green and now it's going red, what do we want to do? Sell. Because it's starting to go down. And when it's coming down, okay, and then it's starting to go up, what do we want to do? We want to buy because it's starting to go up. So it's very color coordinated, okay? So it's very easy to understand. Now, let's see if there's a trade that we can take. Okay, so this might be a good entry. So you see, what color is the super trend? Red. Okay, so now we're gonna go over to Bitcoin right here because this is Bitcoin. And what color is the range bars turning?
Red.
So what are we gonna do here? Enter a sell trade. Okay, so let me do a sell trade right here. So I'll show you guys exactly how it works. So now we have our sell. So you see, I clicked the sell. Now my sell trade opened right there. You see, that's my sell trade. Okay, now if the market goes down, we make money, right? If it goes up, then we lose money. Now, how do we protect ourselves? Set stop loss and take profit. Remember those two triggers that I was saying we want to do? Now, how do we do it? On Ibotta, it's very easy. I just click my entry, and you see I drag it up, and you can see right here, there's my stop loss, negative 1,000. Obviously, this is negative 1,000 because I'm doing 10 lot size. You would be doing very small lot sizes, okay? Now I let go. There you go. There's my SL, stop loss. So you see, I just click and drag it up and done. It actually does all the math for you. Now, to set my take profit, I click and drag it down, and you can see where it says profit, 700, 800, 900, 1,000. And now I let go. So there's my stop loss. There's my take profit. Did everybody follow along?
Yeah.
That's pretty simple, right? Like, I click sell, then I click and drag it up, click and drag it down. Done. It's very, very simple. Very easy. All right. Now, the main thing we have to remember is the risk needs to be way less than 1%. So whatever you start your account with, we want to risk less than 1%. Now, let me tell you guys, so TDL, they're actually regulated and licensed in multiple countries. So the one thing that I want to tell you guys is that, you know, a lot of people come here and they're like, wait, if I start with 1,000, I don't want to just make $10. You know, like how our stop loss and take profit is set at $10. You're like, wait, I'm not here to make $10.
Greed takes over.
Yeah, of course. Everyone gets very greedy. You know, but here's the problem. The problem is you probably won't just be doing one trade, right? You're going to do multiple trades. Right? Like nobody just sits and just does one trade. You're going to do. So what's going to happen is you might make $10 or $5 or $1, whatever, and then you might lose $10. Then you might make $10, then lose. And you're going to have this up and down. But as long as it's a profitable trading strategy, let's say at the end of the day, right? You do a few $10 trades on your $1,000 or $5,000 account, and you're up like $80. That's really good. Being up $80 for the day is very good. Okay, the problem is our minds have been ruined because the guy who's on whatever social media is like driving the Ferrari, you know, and you're like, wow, I'm not gonna get a Ferrari by making $80 a day, you know. But you have to remember, all those guys are just renting those cars and they're selling you guys a course. Okay, anybody online who you see that's like, I'll teach you how to trade. Here's my Ferrari. Here's my Rolex. Here's my, you know, mega mansion. Here's my private jet of Bugatti. If you actually go to it, it's going to say, buy my course, $1,500. Buy my course, $5,000. Buy my subscription, $200 a month. If they're making Bugatti level money, why do they need to sell you a course for $200 a month? Really? Like, just think about it. Let's just be very, very... Just think about it. How's it going, man? What's up? What's up? Yeah, have a seat. Go ahead. Here, let me give you one of those sheets. It makes no sense. So, what you have to remember is that... Yeah, no worries. The Wi-Fi password is right there on the wall, so you can get yourself connected.
Do you usually like buy and sell on specific stocks or?
Yeah, what pairs do I trade the most? Yeah. I mostly trade Bitcoin, gold, and NASDAQ. Okay, Bitcoin, gold, and NASDAQ. Why? Because they have so much volatility all day long. All day. They're moving up and down. So I'm basically in and out of trades very often. So, right here. So let me show you guys, just so you guys understand. It's like, oh wow, you have like a $600,000 account. It's so crazy. Like people message me online and they're like, wow, you're so rich. But this isn't rich, because I'm only able to make like 1 to 5K a day. I end up making like 30 to 50K USD a month. That's basically our average. So let me actually show you guys right here how much we've done in the past. I mean, it's the 25th today. So how much I've done in 25 days, okay? Because it's important to understand, like, it's not about flipping. Even though you can flip your money to and whatever, but we should be focused on making income. Okay, that's really what the focus should be. Extra $50, $100, $200 a day. Now, let's see it right here. You guys can see. So far for the month, we're at 33,000 in profit. Okay, which is not bad. That's not a bad month. But remember, I've been risking less than 1%. Okay, less than 1%. So my risk is very small and I'm just generating income. Everybody sees this account. They're like, whoa, you just do a flip one time, you're over $1 million, But if I tried to do that, I would blow this account. Okay, I would blow this account right away. So let's see if there's any trades that we can take. All right, by the way, for anyone who's just joining, welcome to the live. I'm here every single day, 7 days a week, showing you guys exactly how I make $1,000 to $5,000 a day on average. I'm the only one that comes here live. I do all my trades live. I walk you guys through everything step by step, and you don't have to pay. And the reason, now everybody is always, their main question is, wait, then why are you doing it for free? That's the main question. It's like, wait, you're making money, you're giving us your profitable trading strategy, your system, you're not charging anything, and you're telling me to cancel my subscription, which I am. Any subscriptions you have for a learn to trade thing, cancel. Okay, you don't need to pay for it, because all those guys are not making money in the markets. They're making money from you. That's how they're making money. So you can see right here, obviously I don't charge anything. I come here for free. I'm live. We're live everywhere. YouTube, Twitch, TikTok, everywhere. We have the office. You guys can come. Obviously, you guys didn't pay to be here, In fact, I'm giving you guys snacks. Right? So what's the purpose? The reality is, look, I didn't grow up with money. Okay, just so you guys understand. Now it's like, wow, Mohammed, you're making $1,000 to $5,000 a day. Wow, you're rich. I'm not rich. And, really, just so you guys understand, my dad was working at like $5 an hour when we came here. Okay, like we came here when I was like baby basically, and he was making $5 an hour. That's how I grew up. Like pizza was a luxury. Okay, we couldn't afford pizza. This is the life I'm coming from. Just so you guys understand. So there is a lot of potential to make money in the market. You just need to do it the right way. Okay, so just so you guys understand, that's the problem. That's my problem, is that I just don't have enough capital. So why am I here doing all this for free? Is because I need to have all of you guys be as successful as possible. Because what I'm doing right now is I'm going out and I'm trying to raise at least $50 to $100 million. That's basically what I'm doing every single day. I'm trying to raise $50 to $100 million. I'm setting up meetings. I'm talking to all these people who have connections, because I don't have those connections. Because the way I grew up poor, okay? But now I'm at the point where I have over 8-year track record of being profitable every single day. All my trades I do live in front of you. And that's basically what my goal is, okay? My goal is hopefully we can raise a few $100 million, then get to a few $1 billion. Now you guys might think, wait a minute, billions, blah, is that even real, okay? So you guys know in Toronto we have Bay Street. In New York they have Wall Street, okay? How do those places run? Every second door in Wall Street is managing $1 billion, $5 billion, $2 billion, right? Why? Because they have a profitable trading strategy and investors give them hundreds of millions of dollars and they make money. So you can also technically start your own trading business. Let me show you how, okay? Let me show you how you can do exactly what I've done, okay? And what I'm doing. If you can build a track record, remember my trading history? Like where I showed, okay, in the past year and a half, we made 460,000. If you can build a trading history over the next 1 to 2 years, let's say you even make 2% a month, 3%. Remember we were saying banks give you 3% a year? If you can make 2% a month, which on a $1,000 account is only $20 to $30 a day. I mean, a month. If you can make $20 to $30 a month on a $1,000 account for 1 to 2 years, you can go out and raise $1 million, $2 million, $5 million. Did you guys know that? Because you have a track record, because you have a history, because you can show, hey, look, obviously, like, my account is small, but look, I can consistently make money. Give me $1 million. Now, I know a lot of people think like, oh, it's not real. You guys are all thinking way too small. Everyone comes in here thinking, how do I make $50 to $100 a day? I'm trying to show you guys how we can get into the hundreds of millions of dollars. This is normal in this industry. It's not, I know, like, having a pizza shop, you'll never get to that scale, right? There's no way. Having a convenience store or having like a little corner shop is never going to get you to this scale. This is the only business that you can say, oh, I got you 100 million, and people will laugh at you saying, oh, you're so small. This is the only business where 100 million is a small amount of money. So how do you get there? If you can just start building a track record for the next 1 to 2 years of consistently making, and we're not saying you double your account every month. Only 2 to 3% a month? That's crazy. Anyone with money would say, wait, if I put it in the bank, I get 3% a year. If I give it to you, you have a track record, you can make me 2-3% a month? Okay, done. Guess what? On $1 million, just so you guys understand the math, on $1 million, if you make 3% a month, that's 30,000, USD a month. And if you're splitting that with your investor, that's pretty good. That's pretty good income. So this is how the business of trading actually works. And this is how you raise $1 million, then you raise $5 million, then 20. The thing is, like, 1 to 5 mil right now for us is too small now, because it's not going to change my life, because we're already trading, we're already making like a significant amount, like with this account. It's like, this is why I need to go out and raise 50 to 100 million, because that's what's going to change. Because making like even 1 to 2% a month on 100 million is $1 million a month. That should be our goal.
Yeah, but once you are majority all the trade at a loss, only a small percent will make profit.
Oh yeah, that's actually a really good question. Why do most people lose money in trading, and why is there only a small percentage of people that make money trading? Is because every single person, like 99% of people who are trading, are just gambling, because you're gambling in the markets. Do you know what the biggest gamble is? When you think that something's going to happen. Oh, I think the market's going to go up. You know what's going to happen? You're going to lose money. 100% guaranteed you're going to lose money the moment you start thinking. And guess what? If I start thinking, I will also lose money, 100% guaranteed. Because I'm not special. I'm not some crazy super next level market genius. I'm not. Most people go to school for like 4 or 5 years. I tested strategies for 4 or 5 years. Okay, I tested thousands and thousands of strategies. That's what I did, me and my team. And then we developed and built our range bar system, which cost us over $500,000. And guess what? We give it to you completely for free. You don't have to pay. None of you guys paid, but you still get access to our system. But guess what? When you start, you need to think and act like you paid $500,000 for this. Because if you treat it like it's free, if you treat everything here like it's free, you're not gonna even take it seriously. When you start using the system, think, I paid $500,000 for this. I need to pay attention. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay? Because it's like, you don't really care about free things. But the moment you pay even $1 for it, you're like, nobody touched this. Okay? So basically, that's what it really comes down to. All right? So, by the way, for anyone who's just joining, welcome to the live. I'm here every single day doing live trades, showing you guys exactly how I make $1,000 to $5,000 a day. And this is the only place where you'll find the reality of trading, okay? I know everyone came in here thinking, yeah, I'm going to learn how to take 5K to 20K, and I'm going to break everything down. Oh, I came here to learn technical analysis. Technical analysis is not real. Like, I'm breaking all these things down so you guys understand how it is that we're actually able to make money. Let's see if there's some trades we can take. All right, let's see if there's a BTC trade. So right here, BTC, the super trend is green. The super trend is green right there. You see? Now, what trade are we looking for? A buy trade. Okay, we're looking for a buy trade. And there we go. We're having a pushback down on the range bars, which means we're getting a little bit of a better price. And there's that green. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to enter this buy trade right here. All right. Now, you'll see throughout the day, I do the same exact thing for every single trade. I don't change anything. Now, I'm going to click and drag my entry down to 1,000 and click and drag my entry up right here to 1,000. And then we're just going to let this trade ride out. All right, so there's a $1,000 trade. Now, obviously, we have winning trades and losing trades. This is normal. We all need to understand that, okay? A big mistake that a lot of traders do is they say, let's say you lose a trade. You think, oh my God, what did I do wrong? Right? You're like, you lost a trade. What did I do wrong? But guess what? Sometimes, actually, if you have a profitable trading strategy, there's no such thing as a wrong trade. Even if you lost a trade, doesn't mean you did something wrong. It's so hard to understand for people. They're like, wait, but I lost the trade. Of course I did something wrong. But it's like, no, it's about consistency, you know? Because what you're thinking is you're chasing the 100% accuracy. Remember, 100% accuracy doesn't exist. So you're chasing something that doesn't exist. This is why, remember, the reason that I'm not stressed, look, we hit 2 stop loss trades right now. So we're down 2,000 for the day so far. Do I look stressed to you guys? No. The reason I'm not stressed is because my risk is so small. And the thing is, I know this past month we've made 35K so far. The month isn't even done. We still have 5 days left. I'm still already at 35K. And so what if I lose some trades? Guess what? This month, look at how many trades we've lost. Look at all those negatives. Negative, 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 negative. Do you guys see? Obviously, we've lost trades, but guess what? At the end, we're still up 33K for the month. I think that's still pretty good. Okay? That's not bad at all. All right, so everybody's asking for the address. All right, guys, so here you go. By the way, I'm the only one that you will ever find for the rest of your life ever that comes live. I do all my trades live, and you guys can actually visit me in person, and I don't sell anything. We actually don't even have a credit card machine here because I actually don't sell anything, okay? I actually just trade in the markets. That's where we make all of our money. And basically what I'm here trying to do is trying to raise $100 million. That's basically what my goal is. This is why I don't need to, this is why I don't sell anything. Because if I sell you something, it's like, that's it. It's done, you know? Actually, what I need is for all of you guys to be as successful as possible because I don't know who you are. Really. I don't know who you are or who you are. And I don't know who you know. You know, but if I can prove to you, look, I make money daily. Here's the system. You can also do it. And then you start making money. You're going to be like, whoa, this is crazy. Oh, I know John from whatever, my high school. Now he has a private jet. Maybe I can talk to him. He's got a few $100 million. That's basically what we're doing. Okay. BTC hit the TP. Oh, snap. There you go, guys. Congratulations. Congratulations to everybody following along. We just hit $1,000 take profit on that Bitcoin trade. That was a really good trade. So you guys see how it worked? Remember, let me go through it again. The super trend was green, right? So we're looking for a buy trade. What happened? We got a pullback. So the market came down a bit. And then what happened? It went green again. You know, the range bars went green. Super trend was green. We entered the buy. We said stop loss take profit at 100 points. And then we just let it ride out. Okay, so congratulations to everybody who's following along. There you go. There's $1,000. Sorry?
That was a big jump.
That was a big jump. Exactly. Getting it on the pullbacks is really nice. Yeah.
Do you want to explain how to add the indicator?
Okay, yeah, for sure. All right. So basically, right here, the way to add the super trend indicator. By the way, for anyone who's getting started, don't waste time. Here's my number right there. There's my office address. If you're in the Toronto area, guys, come visit me in person. I'm here 7 days a week, every single day, doing live trades, answering your questions, giving you guys snacks. What are you waiting for? So right here, go get started. Here's the exact how to start setup. So all you got to do is go to Abato.com, get your account set up. That's where I'm trading. Now, Abato they're licensed, they're regulated. We've been using them for many years. So it's a safe and secure platform. They're regulated in multiple countries. And the best part is they actually have the lowest fees. So they have, if you can see right here, they have 0 commission, 0 swaps. So I'm going to actually explain to you the business of trading, okay? Just so you understand, because trading really is a business. You're here learning a business. You're not here to learn how to gamble. Okay, that's not.
What is swap?
Yeah, for sure. So let's go through it. So basically, Abato has zero commission, zero swap. Commission, obviously, everybody knows. Let's say you click buy or you click sell. Some platforms, they'll just take $5, $10, just right out of your balance. They're like, this is costing you $5, okay? Now, what is swaps? Swaps is basically, let's say you hold a trade overnight. You know, let's say you enter a trade and it doesn't hit stop loss take profit, it's just open. A lot of platforms charge you interest, you know, for holding the trade. Now, that adds to the fees because it's taking away at your profits, right? Now, what happens is Abato has zero swaps. So you can actually hold the trade for as long as you want. You won't get charged interest, okay? Now, you're probably wondering, wait, then how does Abato make money? They make money on the spreads. So the spread is another fee that a lot of platforms charge. Now, other platforms charge all these fees, okay? Now, Abato actually just charges the spread. What is the spread? The spread is the difference between the buy and sell price. You see how there's two lines, okay? Have you ever done currency exchange before? So you know how there's a buy price for a currency and then there's a sell price. If you're buying it from them, they give you at a higher price.
5 pips, 10 pips, yeah.
Exactly. Now what's happening is because Abato is just a broker, just like any other trading platform, they're a broker. Let's say you enter a buy trade, your trade opens at the top line. And if you enter a sell trade, your trade enters at the bottom line. So what's happening is they're making what's in between. Because remember, when you're trading, there's millions and millions of people. Like every time you click buy, someone else is clicking sell. And every time you click sell, someone else is clicking buy. Right? So what they're doing is they're making that difference in between. But Abato has the lowest spreads that we found. So the lowest. And why is that important? Because look, I'm trading myself. I need to be able to reduce my expenses when I'm trading. If I'm paying high fees, it's taking away from my profits. So what we do is we actually hunt for all these brokers to try to find like the best one because it's good for me, first of all, okay? Because if I'm paying less fees, I'm making more profit. Does that make sense? So just in any business, if you go to buy from your supplier and you're buying it at the highest price, what are your margins going to look like? Very thin, right? Or you might actually lose money. You know, if you're paying, you can lose money. Now, the same way in trading, remember, trading is a business. So we have to reduce our expenses. All right. OG Skeet, for sure. You can use the promo code AKPWC. All right. So right here, we're basically seeing the same thing again. So you see the range bars are going red, then it went green. And what color is the super trend? Green. So I'm going to go ahead and enter a buy trade here. Okay. So same thing, buy trade. Now, what's the next step? You guys know, set stop loss and take profit. So you guys see, I do the same thing every single day, every single time.
So DJ
Now,
Gloves is back saying, can you ask him how many pips is a stop loss and take profit?
yo, DJ Gloves, what's going on? What's going on? So basically, it's always at 100 points, 100 pips, okay? So you can see right here, how do I set my stop loss and take profit? I just click and drag my entry down, and I'm going to set it at negative 1,000 right there. And I'm going to click and drag my entry up to positive 1,000 right there. Okay, so now we've set our stop loss, we've set our take profit. This is another $1,000 trade. And you'll notice every single trade is the same. It's literally all the same. Because I've been doing this for the past 8 years. We've actually cleared a few $1 million in the past 8 years. You know, a few $100,000 a year ends up being a few $1 million. So we have cleared a few $1 million doing this. And it's been really good. And actually, we've been giving the strategy out for a very long time. We have over 700,000 people registered on our website. We have almost 8,000 people in our Discord. It's like we have huge communities that are using the system. And I get messages every single day. Yo, AKA, I made like 400 today. Yo, AKA, I made like 2K today. So it's actually really, really good. And the main goal is we need to raise a few $100 million. So yeah, DJ Gloves, it's 100 points. So now let me take you guys through the strategy. Okay, in the next 60 seconds, I'm going to tell you exactly how I do everything. Are you guys ready? Yeah. All right, so 3, 2, 1, let's go. Basically, we wait for the range bar reversal. So when it goes from green to red, we're looking for a sell trade. When it goes from red to green, we're looking for a buy trade. Now, as soon as we see the reversal, I would go over and check what color the super trend is. Now, if the super trend is also green and the range bars are going green, I enter a buy. If the super trend is red and the range bars are also going red, I enter a sell. Now, then I risk less than 1% of my balance, okay? Then I set my stop loss at 100 points, and I set my take profit at 100 points at 1-to-1 risk-reward ratio. Once I have them set, then I don't touch it. Okay, that's the key. That's the entire strategy. What I just told you guys, so enter at the range bar reversal, confirm with the super trend, risk less than 1%, set my stop loss and take profit at 100 points at 1-to-1 risk-reward ratio. That's the entire strategy. This is how I make $1,000 to $5,000 a day. And that's it. And I show you guys live daily, every single day, how I do it. So really what it just comes down to is, what are you waiting for? That's really the only problem is like, what are you actually waiting for? Like, are you actually waiting for like the profits to rain down from the sky, or like someone to hold your hand and be like, here, get up, take a shower, here. That's not going to happen, okay? But what I will be doing is I will be here live every single day. I'm here at the office, and I'm live on Twitch, YouTube, TikTok every single day. And now I just show you guys exactly how I do what I do.
Is there any time frame for trading?
In terms of like better times to trade?
24 hours or?
Yeah, so actually the nice thing is trading now is 24 hours. And remember the initial thing that we were talking about? Who cares what we trade? Remember, who cares what we trade? So the nice thing is crypto's open 24/7. 24/7 it runs. Now, the traditional markets, you can call it, currencies, commodities and all that, from Sunday evening, because remember, we trade all the market sessions, Asia, Europe, and North America. So Sunday evening, our time, the Asian market opens up. So then we can start trading like gold and NASDAQ and all of these, currencies, everything opens till Friday evening. So Sunday evening till Friday evening, all the markets are technically open, all right? And then from Friday evening to Sunday evening, it's just crypto. But we trade 24/7. You can basically hop on at any time. All right, so we hit stop loss on that, but the super trend is still green. So what we can do is, let's see if we can wait for the next reversal here, and I'll see if we can do a trade. So there we go. We're getting that reversal right there. I'm going to wait it out and see. What's the best time to trade? Daria is asking. So the best time to trade is basically any time. Now, around 9 a.m. to 11 a.m., our time, Eastern, and around 8 p.m. to 10 p.m., it's very volatile. Why? Because the markets are opening up. So there's a lot of volatility. Okay, volatility means opportunity. There's a lot of opportunity. But here's the thing. Maybe some people are working in the morning, like 9 to 11 a.m. you're at work. Or like maybe you're doing evening or night shifts, so you can't make it. So it really just doesn't matter, because remember, our trades are based on points. What does that mean? It's not based on time. Remember how I set my stop loss and take profit 100 points? Now, that could take 1 minute. That could take 5 minutes. It could take 5 hours. It could take 5 days. I mean, it usually doesn't. But, it doesn't matter how long it takes, because we're trading based on points. Okay? So that's basically how it works. Heavy Tar saying, I hit SL but jump back in. Yeah, so we also hit stop loss on that trade, and that's okay. Remember, the risk was less than 1%. Okay? Now, a lot of people, the one thing that I'll say is, a lot of people, they're very stressed when they're trading. They're very emotional, because it's like you're making or losing money every minute or every second, right? So what happens is, let's say you hit take profit. You're like, yeah, this is the best. I'm amazing. I just made like whatever, $40. This is great. And then let's say you hit stop loss. Now you're like, oh my God, I'm so stressed. What's going to happen? I can't sleep, all this. Now the problem with that is because you're risking too much. That's really it. That's the only. So what I always say is you should risk so little per trade that if you hit stop loss or take profit, it doesn't affect you. But that's the problem. Most people won't do that, because you want to feel things. But remember what I said? Who cares about your feelings? That's not what this is about. It's about making money. So you should be risking so small percentage-wise that, okay, you hit take profit, okay, great. You hit stop loss, okay, great. It's fine. It doesn't affect you. Okay, you shouldn't be affected whether you make money or lose money. That's the reality of trading. Okay, because there's so much opportunity. Guys, just so you guys understand, to move this market takes hundreds of millions, if not billions of dollars, okay, to move the market. Now, daily, there's trillions of dollars in volume. And this is the reality. This is the real number, trillions of dollars. And all we're trying to do is make 0.00000000001%, and we're rich, basically, by like normal people standards, okay? So that's what I'm trying to tell you guys. It's just about like following the same exact thing. So Karen is saying, what's the cost to join? It's completely free. There's no cost to join at all. How do you add the super trend? For sure. So all you got to do is you go to the indicators at the top and then go down to the yellow button that says indicator store, click indicator store, and then go up here and just search for super, S-U-P-E-R, click enter, click the super trend, and then just click install. Okay, it's going to say install free. Of course, it's free. And then you get started. And then right here, you'll be able to find under indicators, under the trend, you'll find the super trend. Then you just click apply. All right. Billy, yeah, just message them on their support chat is actually super helpful. So just send them a message on, you can either do WhatsApp or just their chat. Okay. Yeah.
In the past, I've had people saying maybe there's a signal on when to trade and the likes. So maybe somebody will just call the attention of the team that, okay, you can trade within so time. Is this also related to
signals? Okay, so the problem is with signals, I'll tell you what the issue is. Most likely when you're getting signals from people, like, you know, I know there's paid Discords and paid Telegram groups where they'll send you a signal, oh, buy this and set your... Guys, none of those things work. Okay, none of those things work. It's just a scam. The reason it's a scam is because, you know, remember that thing we talked about initially. If someone needs to sell you something, they're not making money in the markets. They're not. Like, I know, just think about it. If they need to sell, if you are paying for anything, they're not making money in the markets. Because if they were making money in the markets, they shouldn't need to sell you something. Just so you guys know, yesterday some guy came in our comments and he was like, oh, by the way, yeah, Najib, I'll give you the office address. So right here, here's the office address. By the way, guys, take a screenshot. That's how you get started right away. Take a screenshot. I'll leave it up for like 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, and then here is our office address. Come visit me in person. I'm here 7 days a week. Now, yesterday, this guy was in our comments section, you know, online. It was like, guys, I make 600%. I made 600% a day. You know, come and like learn from me. He's in my comment section being like, learn from me, learn from me. I make 600%, you know, every single day. And we just did the math on it. Okay, we just did the math, and I'll do the math again just so you guys understand. Because right here I do around 5 to 8% a month. Just so you guys understand, that's the average. But that's because my account size is small. It's only like 500-600K. Okay, so on that I'm able to do. Now let's say you were able to do 600% a day, like that guy was claiming. And the reason I'm going through this is because you will 100% guaranteed come across people, you know, in your life that will say very, very ridiculous things like this. So you should understand the math behind it. We're just going to go through 7 days, okay? It's going to take like 2 minutes. So let's say one day you did 600%, okay? So you took your let's say you just start with 1,000. So day one, Monday. Are you guys ready? Monday, you did 600%, like this guy was claiming. Yeah, Sugar Free saying, yeah, I remember him. Yeah, exactly. Everyone remembers that guy. So let's say you did it. Monday, you made 6,000. So you went from 1,000 to 6,000. That sounds pretty great, okay? Tuesday, you're at 36,000. Remember, we start from 1,000. Tuesday, you're at 36,000. Wednesday, you're at 216,000. Okay? You started from 1,000. Okay? And we're only at Wednesday, 3 days. Fourth day, Thursday, you're at 1.2 million. Okay? $1.2 million in 4 days. In 5 days, you're at 7.7 million. This is just 5 days, okay? 6 days, you're at $46 million. This is just Saturday. We still have 1 day left. And Sunday, let's just say you were able to do it only for 7 days. You're at $279 million. Guys, does that seem reasonable? Does that seem like something someone can do? That's crazy. Now, I showed this math on the screen yesterday. And I was like, and then she went to his website and he was selling a course for 1,200. It was 1,200, right? 2,700. $2,700. Now I'm saying if you can do what you're claiming only for 7 days, you would be at 200 million. You wouldn't need to charge anyone $2,000.
There's a lot of advertising on the radio.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's the problem. Do you guys see the math? Do you guys see the problem? Nobody can do this. And like,
Excuse me, what's your address on TikTok?
it's real, aka PWC. Real, aka PWC.
But what is different? You don't use Signal, but then you trade live. And
Yes,
what-
and what's the difference? Because this is our system. It runs live using live market data. So when you get access to this, it's running live. And it tells us, like, for example, right here, you see we're going from an uptrend to a downtrend. This is live data.
you can just use them.
You just use it on your own. Yeah, I'm just showing you how to
The
use it.
system tell you when to start and when to stop. Right?
Yeah, so the system tells us when the entry is,
When entry
and then the strategy is we set our stop loss take profit at 100 points. That's it. That's basically.
System will
Hey, how's it
figure out-
going? Welcome back. Welcome back. Yeah.
So
So
the system will kick you out automatically, right?
yeah, once you
set-
exactly once you set your stop loss take profit, it's gonna kick you out automatically. Yeah, exactly.
and you open Saturday and Sunday too.
We're open. I'm here 7 days a week.
The same time, right?
Same time, around like 12 to 5. Nazrain is saying, which trade is it, Forex or crypto? So, I mean, we can trade any of the markets because our system runs on all the markets. Let's see if there's any trade that we can take right now. I mean, we're having this pullback right here on BTC, but we just started this pullback. Yeah, Jersey, you can. So they have indices here. You can trade Jersey for life. By the way, for anyone who wants to get started, I don't know what you're waiting for. I literally come here live. We make thousands of dollars every single day. Get started. It's completely free. You don't have to pay. And then all you got to do is go to Abato.com, which is a trading platform we're trading on. Go get your account set up. They're licensed. They're regulated. We've been using them for the past 2 years. It's been really good. And they have the lowest trading fees. And the craziest thing is you can trade any market. So you can trade Forex, stocks, commodities, indices, crypto, all in one platform. You don't have to switch. A lot of people come in, they're like, oh, I trade crypto here, I trade Forex here, I trade commodities. And it's like, well, like just go to Abato. You can trade everything in one place.
So how we can start it? Just go. I already opened the account.
For sure. So let's go through it. So right here, when you click your email at the top right corner, right here, click your email, and then there's the two options right there, deposit and withdraw. So let's click deposit. Now over here, and you guys should just get your account set up, funded right away so that we can continue to actually, start. And remember, we would be risking as little as possible initially. So we would even start with $1 risk trades. Now you can either do bank transfer or crypto. So how to do a bank transfer? It's actually just a wire transfer. So you go to the bank, you say, I just want to send a wire transfer. So if you click proceed, here's their bank information. You guys all have this. When you log in, you click bank transfer, you have the same information. So you just take this, you take it to the bank, and then you can just get started, okay? You just do a wire transfer, or if you've done crypto before, you can click crypto, and it's actually instant. So if you do bank transfer, it takes about 1 to 2 days, because the banking system is just a little slow. Or you do crypto, it's like within 10-15 minutes, it's in your account and you're ready to go. You're ready to get started.
Can we transfer it instantly to the account?
Yeah, it's instant.
To deposit in the account so that we just transfer
So
it
you have to
instantly
go.
or-
Yeah, no
with
problem.
my daughter.
No problem,
We'll
sounds-
plan on Saturday.
Yeah, sounds good. We'll see you then. No worries. Yeah, so basically, you can, if you do crypto, it's instant.
Otherwise,
Otherwise, you do bank transfer, it takes 1 day, 2 days.
that's why I lost.
Sorry? Oh, okay, yeah. So basically, it's basically, you can also just do crypto or Apple Pay, debit or credit, but you have to follow the instructions. It gives you the
We
instructions.
just want to transfer by credit card, so it can transfer.
Yeah, you can, but you gotta do it. You just gotta follow
Within
the.
5 minutes.
Yeah, 5-10 minutes. It's in the account. Yeah, exactly.
Are you connected to Meta5?
So we're using over here. Abato has MetaTrader 5 or their web trader. I trade on their web trader. Actually, you guys should all actually register on their web trader. It's way easier, way simpler, and that's where the super trend indicator is.
So what, this Meta5 and the WebTrader are 2 different accounts, right?
2 different platforms, 2 different accounts. Yeah.
I added money on the Meta 5. I don't see it on the Meta
Oh
5.
yeah, actually you can, if you on their chat support, you message them with your account information and say I want to transfer to the web trader, they'll do it.
So it will move everything like
Yeah, they'll move. Yeah. Just give them your account info because it's the same company. It's just two different platforms. You know, they offer
But
two.
you can't use one account for both.
No, because it's two different platforms. Yeah. So you just you tell them to transfer. They'll transfer it. Yeah. Yeah, their customer service is actually excellent. What up, Brian? What's going on, man? What's up? Take a trade. Actually, let's see if there's a trade. So right here, okay, so we can see the super trend is green, right? The super trend is green, and we're having this pullback right here on the range bars. As soon as this goes green again, I'll go ahead and enter the buy trade, okay?
That'll be on when it's green down.
Yeah, so because I want to get a better price, right? So that's basically what, that's why we're waiting for that pullback right here. Otherwise, let's go and see what's going on with NASDAQ. NASDAQ super trend just went green. All right, super trend just went green. So let's see if we get a little pushback down, which we can see on the range bars, then I'll go ahead and enter a buy trade right here on NASDAQ. We get it. Okay, yeah, it's a pretty good pushback down. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and enter this buy trade on NASDAQ. Why am I doing it? Because you guys can see the super trend is green right there. All right, so, and we're having that reversal right there on NASDAQ as well. So I'm going to go ahead. So I just entered a buy trade right here on NASDAQ. Now I'm going to set my stop loss. Remember, at 100 points, so that's $1,000. And now I'm going to click and drag my entry up. There we go. So there's our trade on NASDAQ. All right. Nazrain is saying, if we use a bottle, do we apply the same strategy for all the markets? Yeah, exactly. So the strategy is the same regardless of the markets. The reason is because we've tested the strategy on all the markets across 50 years of data, and it's given us around a 60 to 65% accuracy, which is really high. Remember how we said there's no such thing as 100%, there's no such thing as 80, 90%? We get around a 60 to 65% accuracy on our trades. But let me make that make sense for you guys, okay? Remember how we're setting our stop loss take profit at 100 points, 1-to-1 risk reward ratio, which means it's equal. Either we make or lose the same amount. 100, or 1,000, $1, $1, it's the same. As long as we have over a 50% win ratio, we're profitable. Right? Because we're risking the same as we're trying to, we're risking the same as we're trying to make. So as long as it's above 50%, we're profitable, and we get around 60 to 65% accuracy regularly. So we're quite profitable. How to get set up. All right, guys. So if you want to know how to get set up, how to get started, by the way, if you're in the Toronto area, take a screenshot. We have our office here. I'm open 7 days a week here. We do all of our trades live, show you guys exactly how I do it. So go get started right away. And then here is how to start. All right, how to start is right there. What up? Yeah, Rashid, for sure. You can actually get started right there. OTS is saying NAS 11. So actually it's USA 100. On a bottle, it's USA 100. That's NASDAQ. USA 100. How to set up the strategy. So basically, this is how to start. It's all right here. If you guys want to learn, just click learn at the top of our website, justsimpletrading.org, and it'll take you to our school community where all of the videos are. So you can learn everything right there. I think so. Or US 100. It's one or the other. Yeah. Yeah, OTS. It's USA 100.
Did you see that comment?
What?
The video on JST said there's a charge.
No, there's no charge on for anything actually. King James is saying, hey bro, I thought it's prohibited to trade in Canada. No, it's not. You can trade from anywhere in the world. Whoa, if anyone made it illegal to trade, I think there'd be like a huge issue. Yeah. Oh yeah, so that's basically it. Yeah. Yo, I see what's going on, man. Welcome. So you normally trade on the 1 minute chart. Yeah, so I'm on the 1 minute chart because remember, we don't do technical analysis. We're just using the super trend on the 1 minute time frame. Now, here is basically, whenever you guys see anything online when it comes to trading, this is what they'll show you. And they'll say, I know exactly where the market's going to go. But let me tell you something. Nobody who draws lines on a chart knows what's going to happen in the market. Actually, nobody knows what's going to happen in the market. This is the one big thing that you need to remember, is that if anybody is making any prediction, you'll see videos like, oh, Bitcoin's going to 500,000, or you'll see gold's going to, 6,000, or whatever you might. Remember, those guys are just lying. Because do any of you guys know the future? Do you know the future? No? I don't either. And trust me, nobody else does, okay? Nobody knows the future. So you cannot make any predictions. Remember, drawing lines on a chart is what I say is just art on a chart. It's not going to make you profitable. It's not. So anyone, your mentor who is drawing lines on a chart, trust me, they are not making money in the markets. You need to understand they're making money because you are paying them. And thousands of other people are paying them, and that's how they're making money. Yeah, Zane, it works from anywhere in the world. So go get set up, get started. Let's go. Can you explain how to use a super trend? FN is saying, does broker using MT5? Yeah, so they do have MT5, but guys, we trade on their web trader, which I find to be way better, way easier. So go get started on their web trader. They do have MT5 if you're super used to it. You can use MetaTrader, but I really like their MT5 their web trader because it has the super trend indicator. Now, how do we use the super trend indicator? So let me zoom out right here. Actually, we can potentially go in on this trade right here. So you can see the super trend is what? Red right here on BTC, and the range bars are green. And there we go. We're getting that little bit of a reversal right there. We're getting, all right, it's still pushing up. As soon as we get this reversal right here, we might go into this sell trade, okay? As soon as we get a reversal. As long as the super trend is still red. As long as super trend is still red, and we get a reversal, okay, we're just going to wait and see. Let's just wait and see what happens. It might turn green.
So just answer the question.
All right, let's see. All right, so what's the recommended broker? So the platform that we're trading on is called Abbado.com, ABBADO.com. Go get your account set up, get it started. It went red. All right, so there we go. Let's go ahead into this sell trade. Oh, what happened there? All right, so we just entered a sell trade right here on BTC. Now I'm going to click and drag my entry up to 1,000 to set my stop loss. Click and drag my entry down to 1,000 to set my take profit. So basically, we just do the same exact thing every single day. We can't see the chart on the right. So here, I'll show you guys right there. It's right here. All right, so we're still pushing up there. All right, so the super trend went green. But here's the thing. When we're in a trade, we've set our stop loss. We've set our take profit. We just let it ride out, okay? Remember, never, ever get emotional when you're trading because it's going to lead you down a very, very deep, dark rabbit hole, and you don't want to go there. And remember, the reason we risk so little is so that even when we lose trades, it doesn't affect us. Whether we win trades, whether we lose trades, it shouldn't affect you at all. Okay. Let's see. 2614, what's going on? Actually, everybody starts here thinking like, oh, wait, what is this? Scam, all that. But, it's so funny because if you just stay for like 5-10 minutes, you'll realize that I'm the only one that you'll ever find that gives you the reality of when it comes to trading, because every single other person you'll find will scam you. And the craziest thing is I don't charge anything. I actually don't take anyone's money. You never have to pay me to learn. You never have to pay us for the system. I don't trade for anybody, unless you have minimum $50 to $100 million, then we can talk. Otherwise, I don't trade for anyone, and I show you guys all of my live trades every single day, okay? Where can you find the super trend chart? So basically, all you got to do is you go to the indicators at the top corner, and then click the yellow button, indicator store. Then you just search right here for super, click enter, all right? And there's the super trend indicator. Now just install it right there, okay? It says install free, and then you install it. And now you're going to have it in your indicators list right here under Super Trend. Now, when you click Super Trend, just click apply. Remember, we don't change any settings. Just click apply and you'll have the Super Trend indicator right there. 2614 is saying Super Trend indicator is a scam. That's hilarious. So that's so funny. Basically, people come in here and they say things like, "Oh, 1-to-1 risk reward ratio doesn't work," or they'll come in here and they'll say, "Oh, the super trend indicator doesn't work," or they'll say, "Oh, we got to change the risk management." But what they don't understand is that the strategy isn't just one thing. The strategy isn't just super trend indicator. The strategy isn't just 1-to-1 risk reward ratio. The strategy is a whole set of rules that we need to follow. That's basically what it comes down to. So where to apply for sure. 2614 is saying, if it was that simple, everyone would be making money. The reality is that we're the only ones that have a profitable trading system and strategy. And there's tons of people who join live that are actually making money every single day here. It's just, even when, and guys, this is the one big problem. What's going to happen is I'll tell you and I'll show you, look, I make money every single day. Like the other day, we made $8,000. For the past few days, we've averaged around 3,000 to 4,000. And then you'll go, and then your mind will take over and you're going to think, I know better. You're going to go and you're going to say, wait, I think that this is going to happen. And remember what I said, the moment you start thinking, you're going to lose all your money. Because I don't think either. Look, like we've been hitting stop loss we hit take profit, we hit stop loss on a few trades. But why is it that I'm not affected? Because we're up like 35K this month already with our losing trades. There's still 5 days left of the month, and I know that over time I'm gonna be profitable. Actually, there was this one time where on a live I had like 8 losing trades on a row, and everyone's like, "Do you even win trades?" It's like, look, if you gauge a business by one day, do you think that you get a good idea of if the business works or not? No. So the example that I always give, is, let's say that, let's say we want to start a business. Okay, let's say all of us are like down to start a business. Okay, first day Monday, we're like, all right, we're gonna sell TV remotes. Okay, today we try to sell TV remotes, we don't make any money, and I say, look, this business doesn't work. Okay, this business doesn't work. Tuesday, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna sell paper. Tuesday, I try to sell paper, it doesn't work, I don't make any money. I'm like, this business doesn't work. Wednesday, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna sell, Kleenex. So Wednesday, I try to sell Kleenex. It doesn't work. I don't make any money. I'm like, this business doesn't work. Do you guys see what I'm trying to do here? Will you ever be successful? Why? Because you're going to say, oh, Mohammed, business takes time. You got to be consistent. Then why is it different with trading? Why? You can't judge anything with 1 day or 2 days. It's got to be what I say minimum for a trading strategy. Remember, every single trading strategy that you try is its own business. The minimum that just even to understand whether it works or not should be at least 60 to 90 days. 60 to 90 days of consistency, minimum. But most people don't even do that. All right. How do you use the super trend? Yeah, so basically, if the super trend is green, we're only looking for buy trades. And if the super trend is red, we're only looking for sell trades. Zainson, can you put on the screen how to register? Yeah, for sure. So guys, here are the steps on how to get started. Let's see if it's a demo account. Okay, it's so funny. People come in here, they're like, are you trading on demo? Okay, so let's just think about this, okay? I don't sell anything. I don't sell a course. I don't sell a system. You guys didn't pay to be here, right? No. And then I'm not making money from you guys. And then I'm also not trading on a live account, so I'm trading on demo. How do I pay the bills? Yeah, really, think about it. How do I pay the bills? If I don't sell you anything, yeah, it's just apparently like I'm sitting on hundreds of millions of dollars. So I don't sell anything, and I'm trading on and let's say I'm trading on demo. That's crazy. I'd probably be just living on the street then. Okay. So this is how you get started. Go to Abato.com, get your account set up, and get started right away. does range bars tell you after the market reacts? So the range bars are based on live market data. So basically, it runs live market data. It's running directly from our servers 24/7 for all of you guys and for me, because I use the same exact strategy, same exact range bars, exactly what I show you guys here on a daily basis. I use parabolic. See the account? Yeah, I mean, obviously, you guys can see here, I'm on the live account. I can show deposits and withdrawals, which is like so crazy that I even have to do that. But here, I'll show you guys. We did a withdraw. Oh, this is just for the month. So I'll show you guys my entire trading history. Who owns Abato? They're actually a very large firm. They're based out of Dubai. It's like they're a huge company. Godu is like a huge company. They've been around for many, many years. They have like thousands and thousands of users, and they're licensed and regulated out of Dubai and a few other countries. So let's see here. Where's the withdrawal? Okay, anyways, you guys can see we deposited 200K into this account January 3rd, 2024. We've made a profit of 460K so far. I'll show you guys my withdrawal. It was somewhere here. Come on. Okay, let's see. Okay. Oh, maybe there. No. Okay, let's do this. There you go. There's the bank transfer. You guys can see we did a 80K withdraw January 8th. So basically what we did was we took the account from like 200K to basically about 600K and then or like 500K and then we withdrew 80,000 because obviously I have expenses, you know? So I withdrew 80K. Now a lot of people think like, "Oh, you made 600,000. Why don't you take out, 400,000 and then you start?" Because here's the thing. When I started with 200,000, I was basically only able to make like 200 to like $1,000 a day. I wasn't, because the risk had to be percentage based, small. So it took a long time for us to grow the account. So now it's up to like 500, 600,000. If I withdraw it all again, but now I'm making 1 to 5K a day, right? If I take it all again, I'll start from the beginning. Now I'm only going to then make $500 to $1,000 a day. So that's why, let me give you guys an example. So when you start a business, let's say you start a pizza shop, and I give business, comparisons because everyone seems to understand business, okay? You start a pizza shop with 10K. In a month or two, your account's at 20K. Do you say, "Oh my God, I'm going to just take out the 20K? Why? Because you're growing a business, right? As you grow, the expenses grow. You want to scale up the business. You're going to be like, "No, Mohammed, I got to keep the money in because the business is making income." It's the same thing. Trading is the same exact thing, okay? So that's basically what it comes down to. Let's see.
So how do you want fund the account?
What's up?
How do you want fund the account?
How do you fund the account? So all you got to do is you click your email on the top right corner, click deposit funds. They have two options, bank transfer or crypto. So if you've ever done crypto, it's actually instant. Within 10-15 minutes, it's in the account. If you have not done crypto, you can just do bank transfer. You click proceed. Here's their bank information. So you just take this to the bank. You say, "I want to send a wire transfer," and then they'll take any currency. So you can see like, yeah.
For crypto, that
Yeah.
means the person has to open another account.
Yeah, so if you have like a ShakePay
let's
account,
say,
yeah, like if you have a ShakePay account, that works.
Binance,
Yeah, Binance, ShakePay, wherever, and then you just buy some crypto and then you can transfer. Bybit, yeah, it does, yeah.
Is Bybit working here?
I'm not sure if it's working here. I'm not really sure, but
Binance is okay.
yeah, but I tried Bybit, tried trading on Bybit. Crazy fees. I was getting wrecked, even though I was following the same strategy, just getting wrecked. But you can buy it. You can buy crypto. I don't know if you can.
How can we link crypto with this account?
So let's say so I'll walk you guys through right here. If you do crypto, you enter the amount. So let's say it's like 1,000. You click proceed. and then continue funding. And then it's going to open up the payment, like the deposit page. You can select any of the currencies. So Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, whatever. Let's say you click it, you click proceed. There you go. So the one thing is like you have like a 2-hour timer for this. Okay. Like anytime you do it, because the wallet address, it just generates it. So you got to make sure the transaction goes through within those 2 hours. Because there's some exchanges that are like, we'll send it after 24 hours. So it's not going to work for that. So you have to then just send it to your MetaMask or wherever, and then you can send, because MetaMask is instant, so you can just send it from MetaMask.
The transfer from the bank, does it have to be like a USD or?
No, so if you're doing a bank transfer, let's say you click proceed, they actually accept all the different currencies here. So you can even send Canadian or USD or whatever. They will do the conversion.
But if you have USD to transfer it, then it's
Yeah, then it's USD to USD. Yeah, exactly. Angel, for sure, I appreciate it. Look, here's the thing. I just want you guys to come here and learn, because obviously I'm not charging you guys anything. You should just come here and learn and understand. If you go anywhere else, and if you do anything else, you will guaranteed lose money over time. We're the only ones that are profitable. We show all of our trades. Look, obviously we hit stop loss on a few trades. Did I hide it? No. Look, we hit stop loss. We hit stop loss like 2 times in a row, 3 times in a row. The thing is, your mentor or the guy online is going to be like, oh no, don't look at that. It's because he needs to sell you a course, because if he shows you losing trades, you're not going to buy his course. Okay. This is why they make it seem like, oh, you start with 100. This hour I made $100 million. Look at the mega mansion. But in reality, they just rented all those things and they made a nice video and you got lured into their scheme. Okay. So, Heavy Tar is saying, I just made $8.80 in spot goals. Nice. Congratulations. Show the 2 trades that you just took. Yeah, here, let me show you guys the trades that we just took. Jeffrey saying, had choices shown depositing crypto. Just ask them on their chat. Their chat is very, very helpful. Actually, here's our trade so far. So you can see the past 3 trades we had stop loss on. Okay. Now, I know that might seem like, oh my God, you had stop loss. But this is what the reality is. You will hit stop loss. But remember how small my risk is. It's $1.50 per $1,000. Very small risk. Right? So let's say you had like a $1,000 account. You're basically risking $1 to $2 per trade. So if you hit 3 stop loss in a row for $2, you're down $6 on your $1,000 account. Are you crying? No. Are you having trouble falling asleep? No, you're not, because the risk is so small. Okay, so that's basically what I'm trying to show you guys. What's the best pair to trade? And Owen is saying, do you offer mentorship? I mean, I mentor everybody live here every single day. So make sure you just join my lives daily. And it's completely free. Your last 7 trades show loss. Actually, I can show you hundreds of trades that show loss. It's so funny how like people are like, they're so caught up with like, looking at like a very, very small percentage. By the way, just so you guys can see, I've done over 3,000 trades on this account. Okay, over 3,000 trades. And they're saying, oh, the last 7 trades hit stop loss. Actually, they didn't. I had 2 winning trades here, just so you know. Okay. That's so funny. Is this Forex? So we actually trade all the markets. We trade crypto, Forex, stocks, commodities, indices. We trade all the markets. We've tested the strategy on all of the markets. Now, right here, we're having a nice little pullback here. So you guys can see pullback and it's going green. Super trend is also green. So what am I going to do? I'm going to enter, super trend just went red. So we're just going to wait. And you see how, like, if things change, you shouldn't have an ego. Like, oh, well, I did that. I'm going to go. Look, things change in the markets. You got to be fluid. You can't just be like, I said this, I'm going to do this. So right here, super trend just went red. So it would have been a good entry for a sell trade. Let's go over here and see what's happening on NASDAQ. Nothing really, a little bit of a pullback. Nothing here. Super trend is green and we're moving up, so no pullback here. What time frame are you using? $1 minute time frame. Can you explain how to get the super trend again? For sure, Jeremy. So what you got to do is click your email at the top right corner. Click the indicators at the top. Click the yellow button, Indicators Store. and then just search for super, type in super, and then click enter. There's the super trend, guys. That's crazy. I don't know if you guys remember. It was like 14,119 just the last time I did it. And it's like, there's like 8 people who just added the super trend indicator in the past like 20 minutes. Good for you guys. Let's go. So there's a super trend indicator. So you just click install free, and then you go back to indicators, and it's right there under the trend drop down. So trading without technical analysis is called gambling. No, actually, technical analysis is gambling. Okay, and the reason, I'll tell you very, very simply what the reason is because it's human bias. Okay, do you see how none of my trades I actually thought about? It was, oh, it's green, I'm entering the trade. I didn't think, because technical analysis and anytime you think is human bias. And me and you, we actually don't know what's going to happen. Our opinions don't matter. Okay, I don't care what you think. I don't care what you like. I don't care what you hate. At the end of the day, the market is going to do what it's going to do, regardless of how we feel. Okay, so technical analysis does not work. Nobody, look, you know how I show you my live profitable track record and all the trades are done live? You see, like, I've been asking for so many years that if someone does technical analysis, draws lines on a chart, come, I'll pay for your flight. Really, I'll pay for the flight. Come and show me your live profitable track record for at least 1 to 3 years. Because I can pull up 6 years history in 2 minutes. 6 years, profitable. Hundreds of thousands of dollars in profit on live accounts, okay? If you can even show me 1 to 3 years, I'll pay for your ticket. Come, I'll fly you out.
Earlier we used to have use that indicators.
Yeah.
Because I've been doing 20 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to use these indicators, and you need to have experience to learn that one, to practice that one.
Yeah.
Now it has been so they have developed so much.
Yeah, it's made it easier for. Yeah. But it still really does come down to having tested strategies. Like that's really what it comes down to. If you haven't tested strategies, you're gambling. That's what the reality is.
The only thing is, the other thing is, main causes of the loss may be the stop loss should be reasonable, because market is so volatile.
Yeah.
It just moves
Yeah.
so fast.
Yeah.
So there should be a reasonable margin of the.
Exactly. And when we tested it, we found that 100-point stop loss, it seems to work, like,
20
profitable.
pips is fine.
I mean, the thing is, it's not, I'm just saying, it's not about being fine. It's about what works or if it doesn't work. That's just what it is. Because statistically, we found that the market has pullbacks of up to 100 points. So if you set it at 30, you'll get kicked out.
Yeah.
That's just what the reality is.
It should be a little bit reasonable so that.
Yeah, we give.
It should not throw you out.
Yeah, exactly, and that's exactly what we're doing here. Yo, HSM, thank you for the gifts. Are super trend and range bars technical indicators? No. So basically, the way that the range bars work is they show us which way the market's actually going, regardless of the variable of time. Okay, so we've eliminated time, so it's just showing the market price. So all we're doing is we're waiting for the trend reversals. Okay, we're not drawing any lines on a chart. There's no human bias involved. That's the reality. There's no human bias involved. It's not that I'm thinking. It's literally happening, and I'm seeing, okay, it's going from red to green. That's a reversal. I'm going to enter a buy trade. That's it. And I just confirm with the super trend. So I'm actually not doing any technical analysis. Okay, I'm not doing any of those things. So, all right, guys, you guys didn't know?
Yes, we have other appointment. Though I'm following online already.
Oh, nice. All right, sounds good.
We'll definitely come back.
Yeah, for sure. In the meantime, get your account set up, get it set up, start practicing.
And I've also gotten to how you can fund the account, but at least we'll definitely come back to.
Yeah, nice. Because actually, it's about practicing. Once you practice and you come back, you'll have much more questions.
Yes.
Then we can really get into it,
No problem.
All right? You guys are welcome anytime, man.
Yeah.
Have a good one. Take care. All right.
So how can we switch to the other one? So from NASDAQ to Forex Forex. and
Yeah,
everything.
so actually it's running right on our website. So all the streams run right here. So Forex, and then you scroll down, there's crypto, there's commodities and indices. If you scroll down, there's the stocks. So everything is right there on the website. Where are you located? All right, guys, so we're actually in the Toronto area. Here is our office address. Take a screenshot. Come visit me in person. I'm here 7 days a week, every single day. Take a screenshot. And I'm going to be here from 12 to 5 every single day. So don't waste time. Get set up. Get started. Let's go. How does it work? We actually just come here. I do all my trades live. I show you guys exactly how I make $1,000 to $5,000 a day. And you can just follow along.
Excuse me.
Yeah. Sure. What's up?
On this screen, we see a horizontal line
Okay.
in green.
Yeah.
So what does that mean? We are not supposed to take any trades unless it is going up or down.
Which screen?
This screen, like here.
Right here? Oh, so if the super trend is straight, no, actually, it's not about the direction of the super trend. It's really just whether it's green or red.
Color.
It's just the color we're looking at because that's showing us the overall trend.
Oh,
So if it's green, we're just looking for buy trades. Whether it's flat or moving up,
it's
that doesn't.
horizontal, so it doesn't.
It doesn't
you
really
can
matter.
still,
Yeah.
So if,
Yeah.
you can complete it. Sorry, I interrupted. If we change from 1 minute to 1 hour, then situation will be different.
Yeah, exactly. That's the problem, right? That's why.
The strategy will be changed.
Yeah. So because we actually tested it, and this is what we tested. So on the super trend on the 1 minute time frame with the rest of the strategy, that's what works. That's what works for us. So, that's the problem with technical analysis too. You're going to draw lines on a chart. On a 1 minute, it looks like it's going up. Then you go to 5 minute, it's going down.
Different
And then
1
30
hour,
minute, 1
day,
hour,
5
exactly. It's all different. Exactly. So that's the problem. That's why technical analysis doesn't work.
Big brokers, they just for the months, they take the trends for the months and they just
Yeah, I mean, everyone does whatever it is they do. What do I mean by pullback before starting a trade? Actually, Rashid, that's a really good question. What do I mean by pullback? So let's actually look at this right here. So you see how the super trend is green, right? Which means we're going up. The overall trend is up, right? Now, you see the market came up here and then we had a pullback. So basically, it came back down. It went against the overall trend. Overall trend is up, but the market came down. This gives us a good opportunity to enter the trade, the pullback. Okay, so right here, let's see. All right, so we're having a little bit of a pullback on gold. So you see how the super trend is green, and we're going down in gold. So over here, I'd be looking for a buy trade as soon as the gold range bars. There we go. So we're getting the green on the gold range bars. So right here, if we get a little bit of a deeper pullback, I'll go in for a buy trade. But otherwise, let's see what's going on with BTC. Whoa, big candle. Big red candle on BTC. That was huge.
Someone's asking, what do you mean by pullback?
Yeah, so that's what a pullback is. So a pullback is when the market goes against the overall trend.
And then where can you see the range bars?
Where do you see the range bars? So right here, the way that you can get access to the range bars is you just go to our website, justsimpletrading.org, and you get access to it right away. So just go to justsimpletrading.org. Now, here is the how to start instructions. It's right here, how to start. So you just go to Abato.com, guys, get your account set up. You can use promo code AKPWC. I'd appreciate that. And then go to justsimpletrading.org. You can get access to our range bar system. And then if you click learn on our website, you get access to our entire library of videos where you can go and watch and learn. Everything is there for you guys. So go get started right away. Get your Abato account set up, funded, ready to go. Rashid is saying, okay, so why not let a bot check this and let him set the stop loss, etc. Now the problem is we've actually tested thousands of bots. Okay. Now what happens is they might be profitable for a little bit of time before they blow their account. There's no bot that's going to be profitable forever, because if there was, someone would be a trillionaire because of this bot. Now, you have to always think logically. If whatever you're thinking works, why hasn't someone done it and has scaled it up huge? Okay? The thing is, I'm in the process of scaling up huge because we have a profitable trading system. We have a few years of track record, and now I'm actually going out and trying to raise $50 to $100 million. So I'm in the process of scaling. So because if any business works, you should be able to scale. So if any bot worked, they should be able to scale. But guess what? There's no bot that works. So that's why no one has been able to scale it. Normally you check it yourself, but why would not let a bot check the moment for you? Because the problem is that, I'm able to have patience. A bot doesn't. A bot will just enter the trade. Remember how I was like, oh, it looks red and red. Okay, I'm going to enter a buy trade, or I'm going to enter a sell trade. And then the super trend reversed. And I was like, oh, never mind. I was able to do never mind because, I didn't enter the trade. I had patience. I was able to wait. But a bot would have just entered the trade and kept losing trades like that. So that's why bots actually don't work over time. It's the same thing. I'm just watching it visually right here. Why are you not buying if the trend is green? Let me go ahead and hold on. Oops, what happened here? All right, so let's see what's going on. Yeah, BTC is green. That would have been a good buy entry. I missed that one. Let's see what's going on. All right, so gold right here. So gold, the super trend is green, and the range bars are going from red to green. So I'm going to go ahead, enter this buy trade right here on gold. Right there, I'm going to set my stop loss. Right there, I'm going to set my take profit. Now we're just going to let this trade ride out right there. Yo, Trinity, thank you for the gift. Appreciate it. Let's go. All right, let me see what questions we're having. Let's see. King James is saying XAU USD is more profitable but very risky. So actually, because we're risking the same amount, less than 1%, and the same dollar amount on every single trade, it's actually all the same. All the markets are the same. Please, can you clarify if 100 points means $1? For sure. So the way that 100 points works is, for example, on Bitcoin, 100 points is $100 in its price. Okay. But if we do 0.01 lot, that could still just be a $1 trade. Now on gold, 100 points is $1 in its price. So if gold is 33.30, 100 points is 33.31, and 100 points below is 33.29. So it's $1 above, $1 below on gold. That's how it works. Heavy Tar is saying, yes, I have to go back to the oil sands, to my regular job. I wish I could do this all the time. Yeah, you know what? That's what I'm trying to show everyone. How about we just start to make decent income from it regularly, because then you can scale it as you go along. TDL is saying, I'm a member on JST. I have an Ibotta account. Nice. That's awesome. And where do you get the range bars? So if you just log in on justsimpletrading.org, just click Access System. So when you go to justsimpletrading.org, just click Access System and you'll get access to it. Rashid is saying, let's do a trade. Let's make some money. Yeah, so I just entered this trade right here, right now. We entered this buy trade on gold. And the reason we entered it, because the super trend was green. All right, so that's a $1,000 trade. Super trend was green. And the range bars, I'll show you the range bars right here on gold. Yeah, so now we're in a big uptrend on gold. You can see right there, big uptrend. Now, how do you know which market it is? So right here, you can actually see it says XAU USD, Dow Jones, WTI is oil. So they're all labeled. Yo, what up, Mr. POV? My POV, what's going on? Tiku saying, hey, it's my first time joining your live. Great info. Yeah, actually, you should come here live every single day because I don't sell a course, but I make thousands of dollars a day doing live trades. So you can just come here, learn completely for free, ask any questions you want, because I'll tell you what the reality of trading really, really is. And the one thing that I always say is never, ever buy anyone's course, guys, because if you're paying for a course, you're getting scammed. So just come here and learn. Yo, Trinity, thank you for the gift. Appreciate it. What's up?
TJ Combs is saying, I don't know how PwC still has voice.
Oh, because I'm yelling all the time? Yo, I mean, it takes practice. I'm basically online yelling at everyone all day long. I'm just yelling at people because, actually, it's so funny. you know, I had a guy. He was actually following along with all my trades.
I've been watching it.
Sorry?
You have you?
Oh, you have been watching me yelling? I know. Like at night, I yell like really loud. I don't know how my neighbors think about it, but like, what's up? You need it. You need to get it set up. Wait, let's see what's going on. Let me just see. Okay. Wait, where is it? You got it. Oh yeah. Open up. Wait, you can just plug it in. The plug is right there, or behind you is somewhere right here. All right. Let's see. Is BTC more volatile than others? Yeah, BTC is very volatile. I usually trade gold, Bitcoin, and Nasdaq. Can you explain what is a sell trade and a buy trade? For sure. Actually, so when we're trading, we actually have two options, which are two different contracts. So if I click buy, and I can do that on any market, if the price goes up, we can make money. If I click sell on any market and the price goes down, we can make money. So we're actually just entering contracts. So it's either a buy contract or a sell contract. So we can make money whether the market goes up or down. And we can do it on any market. Now, the last thing is the lot size. Now, that changes the size of our trade. So the bigger the lot size, the bigger the risk reward. The smaller the lot size, the smaller the risk reward. Am I trading in the morning? So I usually start trading, how long have we been live? Like an hour and a half? Probably around there, something like that. Almost 2 hours? All right. So we've been live for about 2 hours. So actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to call it a day here for the live, guys. Thank you guys all for joining. Appreciate all you guys. And I'm going to be live in about 7 hours from now. So make sure you guys go get your Abato account set up, get it funded, get it verified. And then I'm going to see you guys later on in about 7 hours. Go get set up. Go get started right now. Yeah, exactly. Nepali, it's you can do crypto withdrawals as well. Same time. It's, you know, within the same day, within a few hours, you get the crypto withdrawals. Chiku for sure. Sandu, let's go. Let's go. How do you close a trade on the web trader? You can actually just set stop loss to take profit, or you can click the X at the bottom right there. All right, guys. So let's call it a day here. Thank you guys all for joining. I appreciate every single one of you guys. We'll see you guys.
Shout out to DJ Gloves, who's your only.
Yo, DJ Gloves. By the way, guys, you guys should go follow me on Twitch. DJ Gloves. What's going on? Have a good one. We'll see you guys. Join the Discord. Yeah, for sure. Let's go. Let's get started. Have a good one, guys. And we'll see you guys in a few hours. Thanks for joining.